everybody? Welcome back to another United episode. Super excited about this one. I'm joined by a super special dude, super insane athlete, just a really cool human being, Cameron Porter, Northwestern running back, one of my good friends. Blessed to say it. But Cam, thanks for joining us, bro. Super hyped to have you on here.
No problem, man. No problem at all.
It's great,
Excited,
man.
give the opportunity.
Nah, dude, are you kidding me? What? Having number one on here, you know what I'm talking about? number one, we'll get to it later. But Cameron Porter, what an absolute beast, dude. I was literally thinking about it before we started this, or before I even asked you. I was like, dude, Cam and I have been playing together for a minute, bro, and like we've had our conversations, here and there, obviously, like deep ones, but like just time flies, dude, and I just remember getting here, us talking, bro, and like every time I thought about it actually leading up to this podcast, I was like, all right, like good vibes, positive stuff. And I thought about, every time I go in there and I like dish one out, during 7-on-7 or like scout or whatever it is. And I turn around and like all I see is Cam Porter just like standing there menacingly, bro, just like nodding his head. I swear it's the first thing I'm like, Dad, like Cam was like, he was like, yeah, you're such a beast, bro. And like it makes my day, bro. So you're just an animal. But Cam is an absolute beast. He's a running back at Northwestern. Cam, what are you studying?
So I got my undergrad learning organizational change.
Oh, I love that.
Now I'm getting my graduate degree in sports administration. So
Cam and I, same program, tight.
Yes,
just were in a class yesterday together. Crazy stuff. All that NIL stuff is nuts. But let's I wanted to get into it a little bit, bro. Like, cause like you're just an awesome human being. Like I love your insight and like stuff you talk about, bro, on a daily basis. It's just a good head on your shoulders. But like obviously, like I know you as my dog, of course, but like diving a little bit more deep, bro. Like I know your dad is a huge role model in your life and stuff like that. And like my dad is a huge role model in my life too, like just being a strong man. Like he tells me the same thing. Like I was watching your Big Ten conference interview the other day. Like you just talking about, like giving it your all and learning from him and stuff like that. And I thought that was just pretty cool, bro, because, not a lot of like guys share their emotions like that. So like if you could expand on like just that relationship a little bit with more of your dad and like why it's so important to you and like how it's helped you, so far.
Nah, I mean 100%. Like you said, like a relationship between a father and son is a special one. And I think in today's society, I think it's starting to lose its value and it's starting to not be looked at as a big of a deal as it really is. My dad is a soldier to say the least.
I love it.
Yeah, to say the least, man. Like, he didn't have the easiest, upbringing. You know what I mean? He definitely faced hardships and some difficulties. But all the lessons that he learned growing up and all the difficulties that he went through, he was able to kind of shield me from and protect me from. And, I think that's the biggest thing when being a father. He always tells me,
bro.
Yeah, he always tells me that, like, in his eyes, it's like passing the baton forward, and each member continues to get better and better. And that's what he's done since I was a kid. And,
I love it.
We've bonded over the game of football, like I'm sure you and your father have.
He was a tight end? Yeah?
Yeah. Pops was a... If you let him tell it, he'll say
hybrid, bro. He was just a unit.
Yeah, he could do both, man.
He was Duke Olgus. He was Duke Olgus on the depth chart, bro.
Nah, he was Duke Olgus before Duke Olgus.
No, that's dope, bro. But like, I love it, bro. Like family, bro, is so important. Obviously, blood family is important, bro. It's like it's everything to me, obviously. But like, I always say, like, I love you for sharing that. Thank you, by the way, but not steering away from it. But like, I always say when I lost Tyler, I found like other brothers in you guys, like that. But one of the crazy thing about Cam is like, he's my brother, obviously, but like this dude runs harder than anybody I've ever seen. Like I see Isaiah Pacheco running the ball, bro, but like Cam is like bro, like I just don't want it. Like if I was a DB, like yeah, I'm making a business decision, but
Man, sometimes I get myself in trouble, man.
bro, I've never seen somebody just lower their head and shoulders so fast, bro, and then pop up fast. Like he's first one up every time, bro. But
That's funny.
crazy thing about it, obviously he runs hard like that. But like Cam, you love to read, don't you,
Yeah.
bro? You gotta give me a couple. Like I saw from the discussion post, you're reading Mere Christianity.
Yes, sir.
What,
That's
what's
the
that?
current.
What's that all about? We can
Yeah,
explore
man.
that if you want to explore that. We totally can, bro. But I
No,
was
we definitely
curious.
can get it. My passion for reading growing up, I hated reading, bro. You couldn't catch me reading the back of a cereal box, bro. Um, but I as you know, like when you go through, I went through an ACL injury. You know
Yeah.
firsthand.
Yep. Yep.
It really tries to teach you, and it really tries to make you. It makes you figure out who you are outside of
Mm,
football.
yeah, bro.
So
You're
I
you're
picked up the
talking,
hobby of reading.
bro. I love it. I think
Yep.
well, Relentless. I know I've talked to you about that book, Relentless by Tom Grover, one of the two. Absolute great book, mindset book. But yeah, I was gonna get to that. Like I remember that day when, and I honestly didn't think you had tore it, bro.
Mm.
Because I saw you like absolute. I'm like Cam Porter, the absolute unit figure. Like the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
prime like football guy, tough guy, like doesn't get hurt type of deal. Saw you walk off the field. Then I heard you tore it, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh man. Crazy thing was, obviously, like 6 months later, I tore mine, right? So like I definitely, like, not at the time, like 6 months prior, like, when you were going through your stuff, bro. Like I didn't even realize, what you were going through, bro. Because
yeah,
you got to fight so many voices, bro. So many demons. Like, but the like reading, bro, and then obviously, like I want to dive into this more. I think on the podcast, but like faith, bro. Like I think
yeah,
that's a huge thing, and like shoot, like I've never felt more powerful than when I dive into the word. And I think
yeah.
you kind of share that same passion a little bit. So like, do you think like that obviously helped you with your recovery? But
Mm.
like, talk about that a little bit, just your ACL, like what it was like just give a little synopsis, like of what you battled, bro, and then like
Yeah,
obviously coming back to who you are now.
yeah. Like you said, you fight a lot of demons when you go through an injury. It was my first season-ended injury. It was my first year ever not playing
Yeah.
football. It was so difficult for me. Like I, just because you give so much to the game, you give your all. You sacrifice time, energy, blood, sweat, and tears. Just for 12 games. And when it's taken away from you, it's tough.
Yeah. It's your normal,
But
bro. It's your routine.
exactly, man. So it's like, okay, now I
Yeah.
don't have football. Who the heck am I?
Who am
You
I?
know?
Oh, bro,
Yeah,
man.
who am I, man?
I love
And
that.
and
I love it.
100%. And I'm not gonna lie, I was going through a really dark and difficult time.
Hmm.
Where I was trying to find myself in other things that weren't
Mm.
fulfilling. And it reached a point. It reached a point where I was just like, God, take all this anxiety, take all this pain, take all this anger away. I don't want to deal with it no more. Like I'm tired of trying to find it in other stuff. I want to find it in you.
Yep.
And I think I truly gave myself to God, man. It was
Mm.
just like I'm everything that I stress about in your hands. You know what I mean? And
Dude, I
it was
totally
crazy
agree.
how my perspective just switched on
The
on
power of
life
perspective. Yeah, bro.
back and the power
Bro.
of perspective is
Power of
real.
like gratitude, bro. Like just realizing, like, bro, you do not, like, you got it good. Like, and I think like it's crazy because like we live in the world where it's just like next step, next step, next step. Like
Yeah,
you're just full sprinting like all day. And I think like I have Jesus Calling book, like daily devotional thing. And like I remember after after the game, shoot, I think it was Duke. Yeah, it was the Duke game, double overtime. I come back, it was like 1 in the morning. Like I'm in my head, bro, thinking we just lost. Like I freaking hate Duke. strongly dislike Duke. They're a great team. Leave it at that. They they they're good. But anyways, I like was tripping, and I went out on the balcony, bro. I opened the daily devotional, and it was just like, bro, I felt like 200 pounds just hopped off my shoulders, bro. Like it's just like it was something similar to what you were talking about, casting all your anxieties and stuff. Just giving it all to him because like the plan's already written. Like you have nothing. Like you can't change it. Like it's gonna happen, and he's got it planned for you. So I know like shoot, going through those hardships is crazy, and like finding yourself is crazy, bro. Like I went through it kind of recently, and we talked about it before, which was like one of my all-time favorite conversations. Like, is that like we as football players, especially at this, at a Power Four program, like not tooting anybody's horn here, but like recognize maybe, but like being shown love and appreciation slash gratification for football. Like making it seem like it's conditional. Well, like a
Right,
majority of it is conditional.
right.
Um, and I think like just having a foundation, like in your family, in your small circle, obviously is a great step. Looking back at it now, but like, bro, that is such a hard concept to handle. Like,
Yeah,
it's like, okay, if I don't run for 200 next game, like you said it in your interview one, they're gonna love you, they're gonna hate you. Like you're either the man or you're the worst. It's like how it is. But
right.
like
And
that's a
that's so
hard thing to swallow. Yeah.
that's so true because like when you put all of your identity in
Mm,
football and
mm.
something like that, you'll constantly be on this roller coaster of emotion. Just because like what you said, like they'll love you one day, they'll hate you the next. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But like you just said, man, like your parents are gonna, your parents and God are gonna love you the same whether
Regardless.
you 200
Mm,
yards or zero. You know,
yep.
I feel like that we always have to know and understand. Just playing the game, and just just living life in general.
No, 100%, bro. Playing the game, like, and then realizing like you're Cam Porter, you're from Cincinnati, LaSalle High School, bro. You were a beast there. You were also a student, powerhouse program, bro. Like you chose Northwestern for a reason because you're more than that.
Hmm.
One of the interesting things, I realized you played as a freshman, bro, like as a true freshman, in the
Yeah.
Big Ten. And I remember watching that Auburn game, bro. You absolute unit, bro. You still run the exact same way, hard as heck. But like, do you think playing as a freshman? I think it's beneficial. I think it has its
Hmm.
pros for sure, but it could all maybe different for different positions. But I feel like it's such a you got to be really strongly rooted, for it to like not, I don't know, have an effect for some reason. Because I feel like as a freshman, like you're probably different because you're an animal, but like I played as a true freshman at South Carolina. I felt so good, I just felt good playing. And then obviously I realized I was like, dude, all I freaking want to do is win. I don't, like I don't even care like about playing like at this point.
Hmm.
But obviously like my question, I guess, like, do you think playing as a freshman hurt you more or benefited you more?
Yeah. Like you said, I think it definitely has its pros and its
Yeah,
cons.
yeah,
Um, Obviously the pros is just understanding the game at a young age and being able to get tested by fire and
oh,
that's big, because you dream of stuff like that. That's what you
oh
work
yeah,
for,
right,
be
one hundred
on the
percent,
field as a
bro. It's
freshman.
sick. Yeah,
Yeah, it's super sick. I'm not gonna
right,
lie to you.
right.
You,
I mean,
you,
in the Big
you
Ten,
yeah,
Northwestern too. Like
yeah,
we
like
run the
people
ball,
know
bro.
you the man on campus. You know what I
Ugh,
mean? Loves you,
ugh.
da da da.
No,
All
I
that good
got you.
stuff. But like you said, it definitely comes with its hardships and
Yeah, bro.
difficulties as well. Because it's like in my mind, I was like, okay, like
Yeah,
I'm trying to green out. Like I'm trying to
seriously,
be here 3 years and
bro.
get to
I
the
thought the
league. You know
same
what I mean?
thing.
Like
Yep, I thought the
yeah,
same
yeah.
thing.
Like
Right,
I started trying to
Chase.
live my life on my plan and
Mm.
live my life um,
Yeah,
on my terms. Like,
yeah,
okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna
yeah,
do this, and you know what I mean? And I think that's why God really slowed me down too. Like He was like,
bro.
okay, bro, okay, you can do all this and have all this success, but
Mm.
you're on my time. You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm with
You
you.
gonna do what I say, and you gonna walk in alignment with me. And I was like, I didn't realize it until after the surgery. But
Yeah.
man, I'm so thankful that he did slow me down and allow me to appreciate and form the relationships and grow into the person that I am, because I probably wouldn't have if I would have just went three and out. You know what I mean?
No,
So
I'm right there with you, bro. I mean, I thought the same thing at South
yeah,
Carolina. Obviously, I was like, SEC ball, true freshman.
yeah,
Parents are set, brothers set. Like I'm doing good for the foundation, and then like things just started getting, I don't know, fake, like professional, like I just started losing myself. I think a little bit.
hmm
Like turn, you can't be, you can't be one solid person if you're two different, like, sorry, half people. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
hmm
wearing two
yeah,
different masks. You know what I'm saying? So like,
or
I feel like bro, God obviously, well, one, he definitely has a different plan for me, but like as hard as like this past year and a half has been, like, bro, like I've grown so much in my faith and become strongly rooted. Like I did chapel the other day,
yeah.
freaking, like, like I would have never thought. Like, but here I am. Like I did it immediately. Leonard's the best. Thanks, Leonard, by the way, for listening. Maybe
Shout out Leonard.
for that. you know, um, but like, yeah, Cam. I mean, I appreciate you sharing that, bro.
Like that's where you gonna find your growth. You know what
Mm,
I mean? You gonna find your growth in your comfort level.
mm,
And I think that's what we fail to realize as human beings, as Christians. Like, why would like God is not going to teach us things through our comfortability and our,
yeah. What are you gonna
how
learn
are you
from laying
gonna
in your
learn?
bed?
Yeah,
Like,
like
yeah,
you're not
like I it's kind of welcome. It's like bring it on, like type of deal. Like I'm hyped for this. I'm about to get better type of deal. Like,
100%. And it's like I read about this earlier today in the
yeah,
Bible, man. Like we should rejoice in our suffering.
mm,
We should rejoice in our hardships,
mm,
because at the end of the day, we know that our faith is being tested, and we're
yep,
growing and becoming a better version of ourselves, which
yeah.
is like we talked about earlier, a different perspective, which is cool. You know what
Bro,
I
no,
mean?
it is, bro. It's like one last piece, and then I'm gonna move on to this next part because it's dope. But like that, bro, like whenever I get tested, hardship comes, I kind of like might struggle with it for a little bit, but then I start laughing at it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, bro, no, nah, it's not gonna happen. Like you're not
Right.
getting me today.
Exactly.
No, but that's powerful stuff, Cam. One of the things I want to talk about, for people that don't know, one of the coolest traditions in college football. Cam Porter literally is our number one jersey. So like nobody gets to pick number one. Nobody gets to be like dibs. That's my number. It's basically given to the most hardworking Northwestern young man, that works the hardest, is the most true to himself. Like we basically consider a role model amongst us, basically, and Cam Porter is that guy, literally him. So hyped to have number one on the
Mm-hmm.
show. But like with an honor like that, Cam, and like it's so different to me, bro, because you talk. I obviously you speak when you need to, bro. Is what I feel
Mm-hmm.
like, and like there's so much power in that because like people realize, like I was kind of that person. Like you could talk, bro, but you got to be about it. And like
Right.
you were kind of about it, and then you talked. You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you approach like situations where you need to be a leader, bro? Like when do you think, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna step up here, or like, does stuff need to be going? Like, what is your leadership type of style? I know we've done a bunch of stuff with Doc Jan. Shout out Doc Jan. Um,
Shout out, Doc.
but like, what's your leadership approach style, bro? Like, because I feel like everybody's is different.
That's a great question, and I've never really been asked because like I've never really sat down and thought about it. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I think just being a chameleon, man.
a chameleon. Oh, that's gas.
Chameleon. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
I like to refer to myself as a chameleon, and I like to
Uh,
refer to myself in that way just because everything is so situational,
yeah,
and you have to be able to adapt to any situation. You have to be the person that the situation requires in a way,
yeah, bro.
and
No,
it's
I totally get
not
it.
being fake at all. It's not being fake or trying to be somebody I'm not. It's me being my true self, but it's just me, finding a different version of myself for the situation, if that makes sense.
No, bro. It totally makes sense.
Sometimes the situation needs you to be more vocal, and you need to call somebody out, and you need to bring that out of. But sometimes the situation needs a side conversation where you pull somebody to
Mm-hmm.
the side and talk to them and see how they doing and see how they feeling. So,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just let God lead me in that area of my life, but I
Yeah.
think everything is situational, and I think that's what great leaders all have in common. They're able to read the situation and they're able to apply whatever the
Mm.
situation is in that moment, if that makes sense.
No, bro, I totally. It's like I feel like people don't understand what experiences are. Like
Mm-hmm.
obviously great leaders like go through failure, not failure, maybe even like they
Yeah.
just go through trial and error because like
Mm-hmm.
I mean like how are you gonna learn? Like how are you like unless you're naturally born leader. Like some people got that gift,
Yeah.
of course. But like, bro, you need to learn. Okay, this works with that guy. That works with this guy. This works for the squad. This works for
Mm-hmm.
me. Like type of deal. So like, I feel you. Chameleon's a great freaking like bravo
Yeah.
for that, bro. That's kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. But freaking number one, he's got the leadership strategy right there. So if anybody want to try for the number one, no, I'm just joking. But one thing I did want to shout out, Cam's got a dope brand called
That's
Desireless. Shoot, I wish I got to get me a hat. I'm gonna go online and order after this.
big bet.
But actually, some dope colors, dope brand, dope design, but like even a better meaning behind it. So like, I just want to give you an opportunity to talk about it if anybody
Oh, yeah.
loves it, bro.
Appreciate
Because
it.
I'm passionate about it. I also want to hear the story. So like, give it to me.
So, it was actually a year after my injury, and I didn't have the season that I wanted to, and
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of down in the dumps, and I figured I want to learn a new skill. I want to create a new hobby for myself. One would say. Um, so me and my buddy from back home
Yeah.
decided to kind of start our own business. We were fascinated with the idea of entrepreneurship
Mm.
in a way. So we decided to start a hat brand.
Yeah.
Um, so we put our heads together and we thought about it and constantly thought about it, and we realized we don't want it to just be a hat brand. We want it to be a brand that everybody can relate to, and,
Mm-hmm.
and a brand that people can grow in. So
Yeah.
we finally came up with the idea of Desireless. The idea of Desireless is desiring less of what society deems important. That's kind of our and finding true contentment within yourself, because we obviously live in a world, me and you both know, man, where people are impacted by social media, money, followers, all this stuff that they say if you have more of, you'll be happy, be content, and it's just not true. It's actually the exact opposite. So um, that's kind of what we. So desire less, man. Desire less of what society is telling you is important. Find
Desire
true
less, bro.
contentment within yourself.
Cam, bro, freaking everybody go cop a hat right now. I love Patagonia, but give me a desireless hat. Come on. I'll
You
get it.
already know.
I'll get it overnighted, bro. But I think it's super like even in that, bro, like one dope brand, dope message. But like I always refer to it as society's clock in a way,
Mm-hmm.
like everybody's like, okay, this is the majority type of deal. Like it's not, it's
Yeah.
like the bystander like intervention thing, like
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
I know
gonna
what
do
you're
what
talking
everybody else is doing, because that's just, I won't get outed for it, type of deal. But like, what if you like swam against the current, like what if
about.
on the other side of that wave that's coming at you, there's an island full of gold or something or whatever you
Mm-hmm.
desired. um, but like, I think you're exactly right, bro. Because if you seek like content or you desire like more than you can provide, you desire like satisfaction, gratification, anything that can fulfill you from other people or other things,
Mm-hmm.
worldly things, like it'll never get you there, bro. Like I
Never.
remember after the Ireland game, like obviously that should be like obviously like we talk about it a lot, but like that should be one of the top, like you're on top of the world, bro. And I remember like I called my parents, called, people I love.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like, dude, I'm loving life. Like, and then shortly after I was like, that's it. Like
Yeah.
that's all I feel, bro.
Right.
And like that just goes to show like he's waiting for you. Like God's waiting for you. Like he's got it so much more in store, bro.
So true.
Shooting, I could. see that with you, bro. Like you remind me of it every day. Like I said, I tell my dad about your freaking hype man comments every day, bro. When you get me
Uh,
going, but
I don't say nothing I don't mean,
no,
man. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like he means it. And if Cam Porter calls me a bad man, bro, like I'm gonna walk around like a little slower that day, bro. A little swag in my step.
that's funny.
But no, Cam, bro, like you're the best. Like I really appreciate you being on this. Got a lot more to the season. Bye week this week. Shoot, like this is it. This is it for you, or you could have another year. Yeah.
Still have another year,
Okay.
man.
Well, shoot. Let's focus on tomorrow or today. You know, you're right. Screw all
See
that.
where
But
we're at.
let's freaking get after it, bro. I appreciate you more than anything. If there's anything else you want to say, like go ahead and floor is yours. But go ahead.
Oh man, I think we touched on a lot of good points.
Yeah, bro.
Just I feel like everybody, man, just continue to live in your truth. Be
Mm.
you. I mean, talked about it earlier. Like everybody was born an original copy. Like stay original. They
Bro,
cost more
yes.
than the duplicates. So
Yes.
I think, man, just everybody just loving on each other and just being the best version of themselves, man. We can really create the world that we hoping for, man. Hilly, man, I love you so much, brother.
Bro,
See
come
how
on.
you grow as a human being, man, is it's a blessing to see. You're a great guy on and off the field, man, and I'm glad to call you my brother, man,
Bro,
for
you
real.
got me blushing over here. I love you, bro. Freaking Cam Porter, one of the freaking best human beings. Like I know, blessed to know you, bro. Appreciate you being on here. He's so right though. Like be yourself. Like that's the best person you could be because like
Mm,
trying to be somebody else, like there's no way you're gonna try and be them because they're them. So
ain't
appreciate you, Cam, bro. Freaking got me smiling, grinning over here. Awesome conversation. If you ever need anything, anybody's ever suffering, reach out. Go check out Desireless.
yes, sir.
Stay rooted and always as forever to three. And all right, see everybody. We beat to the same.